help.
Your reputation precedes you. I've heard the tale of your eventful journey to Apocrypha. Your battle with an impossible Daedric cult. Impressive. Now perhaps, you wish to take the next step. In your travels, you have honed your skills. But a wealth of magical and martial disciplines exist across Tamriel. I have walked many paths, learned many things. I will show you how to teach yourself, how to open yourself up to the ways of the Ardent Flame, the learnings of the Grave Lords, how to wield curative rune forms or grasp the balance of the green. All these, and more, are possible in time. Like the ways of the Ansei, the Sword Saints of old, each discipline requires focus, drive, will. Those who choose to... Very well. Before you begin your tutelage, what disciplines would you like to discuss? There are many to choose from. The study of the High Arcane, the duality of light and dark, perhaps, or the powers of the natural world. The manipulation of magicka, speaking with the dead, channelers of Apocrypha's power, like the scholar Xander Alcibiades. They each possess a tome of esoteric knowledge. Runes can be used for a variety of magics. Some arcanists refer to them. Hold the disciplines you wish to study in your mind. Feel their power in your... To choose new discipline.
Bury the king here, so we got the next best thing. His horse. His Java. And they call me savage.
To choose new disciplines. Hold them in your mind. Feel their power in your heart, and reach out with your thoughts. The path to learning these new...
can't bury the king here, so we got the next best thing.
What's that?
His horse.
To choose new...
Got enough work to do.
To choose new... To choose new...
Mara's bosom buckback. What do you burying out here? Mammoth?
This was for King Eamon. But then I had to go south to Bankurai Garrison.
I had no idea the king was that fat.
Watch your tongue, you lout. Our king was a good and honest man. It's a tragedy.
Yes, yes, whatever you say. You never did answer the question. What is this hole?
Well, we can't bury the king here, so we got the next best thing.
What's that?
His horse. Now his jawbone.
An excellent choice, Snow Shira. Your chosen discipline will inspire new adventures. Your choices today will not be your last. There is always something...
Over here, Mainlander! I need to speak with you! Oh, here you are! Prince Azar told me to keep watch for you, Mainlander. I'm glad you showed up. We need all the help we can get. The Order of the Black Worm threatens to completely overrun You may know them as the Worm Cult. This foul group of necromancers raised the Writhing Wall, cut our island in half, and gathered their forces outside Sunport. Luckily, the Stirk Fellowship followed the Worm Cult here. Oh, thank the Three Queens. A coalition of forces from the mainland consisting of the Fighters and Mages Guilds and the Three Alliances. In fact, Prince Azar is overseeing efforts to bring Fellowship forces to Solstice even as we speak. I'm sure he'd welcome your help. Report to Prince Azar outside the city. He's with Mage Feranor, about to summon the champions of the Three Alliances to Sunport. After that, he'll know where best to utilize you and will add you to the Fellowship payroll. You stand in Sunport, seat of House Corellania, and my home. When my ancestors came to Solstice, they found the island inhabited by Argonians from the mainland. For centuries, we have lived in peace with the Stone Nest and Tideborn peoples. In the middle of the First Era, my ancestors lost their realm in Hammerfell to the Ragada invasions, then were later banished from Somerset. A fate they brought upon themselves. Of course, we have changed our ways since those dark times. Once that was so, but now this is our home. Before the current crisis, Solstice had little interaction with the mainland. Oh, a few sailors and wandering merchants settled here, but most avoid Solstice. They consider the island to be cursed. Forgive me, I am Mermal, a mid-conjurer of the College of Rituals. I serve Regent Corinwe Corellania, Governor of Sunport. For the duration of this crisis, I have been instructed to help our new friends from the mainland in any way I can. Look east. See the giant spectral curtain looming over Sunport. That's the Writhing Wall. The necromancers of the Worm Cult conjured it when they revealed themselves here. It divides the island in two, forming an impenetrable barrier to the east. Eastern Solstice, the other half of our island. It contains ancient ruins and is home to the Stone Nest Argonians. But we had little commerce with them even before the Writhing Wall appeared. What's happening over there now, we can only guess. As I heard it, after the cult killed Guildmaster Merrick and captured Vornus Galerian in the surprise attacks, Prince Azar and Gabriel Benele assumed leadership of the Fighters and Mages Guilds. They formed the Fellowship to deal with the threat. That's unclear. All we have ascertained is that they have been gathering their members and building their strength secretly in Eastern Solstice for some time. The Fellowship tracked them here and is in the process of summoning their own forces.
Welcome! Looking for the Empress.
What's the next step, Mage Feranor?
The portal anchors when you're ready, Mermal.
Go on.
I see
I
you
will
made
follow
it to
your
Solstice.
lead, Mage Feranor.
Good. We need you. The Worm Cult began this fight by unleashing their Soul Reapers on the guilds and alliances, by killing Guildmaster Merrick and taking Vornus Galerian captive. They started this war. We'll finish it. Nonetheless, it is a war, and the Worm Cult is no minor threat. We came to Solstice to stop the cult and avenge our fallen comrades. But when we arrived, we encountered much more resistance than we anticipated. We had to send for reinforcements. Veterans from the Fighters and Mages Guilds, mostly. There are some soldiers from the three alliances here, too. An advance force of a greater army, once we convince the alliances that the Worm Cult is truly as dangerous as they were last time. Oh, they are. But with the war in Cyrodiil still raging, they require more proof before committing more soldiers. In fact, Feranor and Mermel are preparing a portal for their representatives, champions to evaluate the situation personally. Take these portal anchors and place them around the area. Then tell Mage Feranor when they're set. I know little of such magic, but Gabrielle of the Mages Guild said they would stabilize the portal long enough for the final group to come through. That's unclear. Champions of some renown and their guards, I was told. The Dominion indicated it was sending someone close to the Queen. High King Emmerich promised a capable hero, and the Pact was even less forthcoming. I'm not sure who to expect. Yes, Gabrielle Benelay, acting leader of the Mages Guild, while Vanus Galarian remains a prisoner of the Worm Cult. She sensed a mystic emanation from the northwest and went to investigate. She left Feranor and Mermel to handle the final transport. Sunport has a city guard, but no army to speak of. But outside the city walls, only a handful of warriors protect the scattered villages, and the Worm Cult roams free. Sunport has held the cultists off so far. Barely. They welcome our assistance. We're still trying to figure that out. I thought the Worm Cult was broken forever when the Allied forces stormed Cold Harbor and stopped the plane meld. It appears they had a secret refuge on this island and regrouped there to form their latest plan. Nothing else makes sense. The Sunporters noticed suspicious new arrivals over the last few months. Sinister figures slipping off to the wild eastern half of the island. Then the Writhing Wall appeared and cut the island in half.
Are the anchors all in place, newcomer? This is trickier than it looks. We're summoning multiple people from several locations at once, and Solstice is riddled with ancient magics that can interfere with teleportation spells. Are the portal anchors in place? No, the next steps in the ritual are mine to perform, with a little help from Mermel, of course. Just stand right there and don't move until I finish. It's important that the ritual goes exactly as I intend. Stand back. This requires a special touch.
First, they will bring the foot soldiers through. Then the Alliance representatives.
What's happening? Gabrielle didn't do it this way!
Ha! Such is the fate of all who defy the Black Worm!
Where's Feranor? Mermel, what just happened?
I do not believe it! Mage Feranor deliberately sabotaged the portal spell while the Alliance representatives were in mid-transport. Oh, I wish Gabrielle Benelay were here. She unraveled the spell in mid-teleport. I tried to salvage it, but barely managed to pull the shredded magicka back together. These soldiers were knocked senseless, but I think the representatives made it through after I diverted them from Sunport. Did you see the motes of light shooting off in different directions? Those were the representatives. Champions from the Aldmeri Dominion, Ebonheart Pact, and Daggerfall Covenant. They landed in Solstice somewhere. Do you have a map? I can sense two of the representatives roughly here and here. The third...
I do not believe it. Feranor sabotaged the portal. She spoke of the Black Worm. She's one of the cultists. But what became of the Alliance representative? Damn that Feranor! The Dominion, the Covenant, the Pact, they promised to send their best to assess the situation. We need those representatives, or the Alliances will never commit more troops. Wherever they... Injured. This is nothing but a minor inconvenience. Still, I thank you for the offer and will accept your help graciously. Locate the Alliance representatives and send them to Sunport. I also need you to find Gabrielle Benele. We need her back here. I did. She currently leads the Mages Guild. When Gabrielle sent something to the northwest, Feanor directed her to an old temple. After all this, I fear Gabrielle may be in danger. Tell her to get back here. I'll wait in the city's west square.
Let's ride.
What do you think you'll make with that?
Good.
Who's there? Show yourself. You're here? Huh. I guess this is Solstice after all. I was starting to wonder. Last I heard, we were supposed to meet in some nice city called Sunport. Glad I'm not the only one who got it wrong. Huh. A sabotaged portal. At least I'm not on the wrong island entirely. Portal mishaps can be a lot worse than arriving slightly off target. As for this place, looks like necromancers have been busy here. See that giant ghost wall behind me? Ain't that a delightful name? I ducked into this hut to take a break from fighting off the hungry critters outside. I was just about to look around, but now that you're here, you can help. Then I need to find Prince Huzzah and get caught up on things. I say we start with that weird barrier. What did you call it? The writhing wall? I poked at it already. It's pretty solid. It stinks of necromancy. Oh, and when we finish here, point me towards Sunport, all right? I hate being lost. Fitting name. Yeah, I ain't seen anything like it, and I've seen a lot. I pushed at the wall, but couldn't get through. The local critters shy away from it too. Makes you wonder what the worm cult's hiding on the other side. See? The whole wall's made of ghost stuff, but nothing goes through. Is that a letter? Might be important. Passages in a vital shipment. Interesting. Prince Huzzah should see that note, pal. Look, I appreciate you coming to find me. I could have wandered around for days before I found my way to Sunport. But hang on to that letter. It might shed some light on what the worm cult's up to. Make sure you get it to Prince Huzzah. Not a Tuscan clue. I just got here. But Scythe Knights are low-ranking cult leaders. Sergeants, you might say. I'd guess there was a worm cult nest posted here until they got orders to move on. Tunnels? Mines? Who knows? I'm more interested in this important cargo the worm cult wants to protect. Damn cultists are always up to something. Guess I'd better head to Sunport and check in. Which way was it again?
stranger any longer and I would have drowned. Oh, I hate having this.
Taste our
Help
steel!
me! Oh, saved twice! Such an embarrassment for the guild and fellowship! Wait, not again!
I am not afraid of you.
Oppressive aura, my tusk. We'll show her an oppressive aura. You're not from around here, are you? Not all hung up on local superstitions. Good. You looking for work? I could use someone to guard my back, while I clear the ghosts out of that haunted mansion up on the hill. The locals call it Coralania Manor. They say it's abandoned and free for salvage. There's rumors of treasure, too. But also that no one who goes after it ever comes out. I'm not so worried about that. There's one other catch, though. We've got competition. Another so-called ghost hunter trying to beat me to the punch. So we've got to do it first. And look, if we do happen to find long-lost treasure while we're in there, I'll cut you in for a share. What do you say? Gaz is the name of my rival ghost hunter. Last I saw her, she was hanging around the front doors to the manor. Maybe you could talk to her and see what she's planning? Then we'll know how to keep ahead of her once we get inside.
Oh, you're back.
I knew you were too much of a lamb's liver to go inside on your own.
It's not like I was waiting for you. I was looking for traps. Who's this with you? So, my sister had to hire help just to feel like she's above someone, huh? Typical. Oh, she didn't mention that? Interesting. I wonder what else she's not telling you. Did she say this manor is extremely haunted? And that no one who has ventured inside to find the treasure has ever come out? Well, I suppose she didn't mention that it belonged to the ancient necromancers of old Clan Coralania, so there's likely far more than just ghosts to deal with inside. Extra hazards should mean extra pay. What's she paying you anyway? That's not fair! That's what I was going to offer! She's always copying me! It was my idea to clear this place out before Orbesh. If you get tired of her and help me instead, I'll pay you the same. Nothing left to do but head inside the manor, I suppose. You must not be from Solstice. Locals won't even come near this mansion. Especially not if they have Coralania blood. I tried asking some of those Stark people, but they were too busy. Not much. The gold is certainly enticing, but it's not why I'm a ghost hunter. I want to help lost spirits find peace and move on. And I mean to make a name for myself doing just that, here at Coralania Manor. If I'm being honest, I guess I'd like to know more about the history of this place. There's gotta be all kinds of information waiting inside. Historical tomes, ancient spellbooks, forbidden knowledge from times long past. It's all a draw to me. Let's search around the foyer. If there are any spirits in the room with us now...
Come out and fight me! Or my hired help and I are going to loot this place for all it's worth.
Huh. Sea glass. I wonder if it holds sentimental value to the spirits here. Candles? I definitely sense an unusual aura clinging to them.
Hey, wait! Come back and fight me!
A spirit? Did you see it? Where did it come from? What did you do? What did you find? What happened when you touched it? Was it a spirit that flew out, or some sort of spell-like orb? Did you feel any flashes of memory or strange emotions? Which way did it go? I just want to look at whatever it is you picked up. It's small, right? I doubt it'll be helpful in Orbesh's quest to punch every ghost in the face, or whatever it is she's planning to do. I've read about things like this. Soul gems, sigil geodes. It holds a soul captive, like a cage. It's warm, isn't it? Whoever was in there must have been trapped for quite some time. We should follow that spirit and learn. You and Orbesh can do what you want. I intend to follow that spirit. I'm just, seeing if I can sense its aura to guide me to it. I've always been sensitive to things the rest of my family couldn't perceive. Shifts in mood or motivation. Knowing someone's ill intentions before they're revealed to others. It's the same for ghosts. Only much clearer. I can, but I think we'd both prefer it if I keep those perceptions to myself. And I just know if I keep talking to you too long, Orbesh might get punchy. We should find out where that spirit went.
Well, I can see where it went if I crouch down. But I don't have to tell you guys.
I didn't ask you to. I'm perfectly capable of finding where it went by following the emanations of its aura.
That was my guess, too.
I was just about to search that. Nothing?
Stay your hands, trespassers. Speak to me, and we may avoid conflict.
What? Are you scared, Orbesh?
I'm not!
Scavengers, trespassers. Had you not freed me from that soul cage, I would turn my full wrath upon you. And yet, also my rescuers. I owe you my begrudging thanks. I am Valendir, the High Necromancer of Clan Coralania, and the Master of a temporary form borrowed for this occasion. I will find something more dignified soon enough. You come seeking riches, do you not? This manor hosts a vault of Coralania gold, untouched since our days. No Coralanian that trespassed these halls after my death would ever be able to leave. No nosy outsiders could find the vault and survive, just as I planned. Gold means nothing to me. exacting revenge on those who trapped by interrogating the spirits that wander these once honored halls. Start in either the Wailing Gardens or my reanimatorium, whichever you prefer. As a show of trust, and to conceal my presence, I will return to the Soul Cage. Do we have an accord? Take the trapdoor in the corner to enter the reanimatorium, or the south door to reach the gardens. Surely we'll find someone who can tell us how I was murdered. Collect me in the Soul Cage when you are ready to move on. My private sanctum. The domain of my life's work as a necromancer. My usurpers would surely seek to destroy it when they thought I met my end. Oh, I can't wait to see what became of them.
So we have to work together if we want to get that treasure. Fine. Let's head down the trapdoor first.
What? Absolutely not. We should search the gardens first.
You agree with me, right? We should search the reanimatorium first, instead of the Wailing Gardens. Honestly, because I knew Gaz would pick the gardens. I want her whining about me copying her again. I don't really care what we do first. You found the wisp, so I say you should pick.
I'm thrilled to be helping you with Valentir's unfinished business so he can find closure and move on. Even if it means having to work with Orbesh. You agree with me, don't you? I feel like there's something calling to me in the gardens. Some other forlorn spirit in need of guidance.
And you thought the gardens were gonna be less creepy.
Oh, shut up. Aren't you supposed to be punching things?
Come a little closer and maybe I will.
The maze is overgrown. There's no way inside.
Under the bickering. Do you hear it? That music? It's Lyrionwe, my sister. She's here. If she worked in sympathy with those that wish to forsake our family's legacy of necromancy, the curse I set upon this house would have trapped her here. No, it cannot be. Lyrion, I suppose you might use the Soul Cage to transfer my essence to that statue. I am more accustomed to animating organic matter, so I will require your direction. Point me to a weak spot. You, I can depend on. Those other two seem preoccupied with their senseless bickering. I shouldn't be surprised. This is the inherent nature of siblings from my experience. Oh, the quarrels Siluran and I used to get into. The way we used to tease. A blessing and a curse, Trespasser. I wouldn't give up Siluran and Lyri for anything in this world. But sometimes I am situated. I defer to your guidance, Trespasser.
He's going to smash the overgrown hedges? Come on. I could do that.
I think we'd still be waiting on you, Orbesh. Come on. I sense the auras of other spirits further in.
I'll try.
Ready. Mark the way for me, then. Another step closer. Keep up, trespassers.
Is this what it's like to be you guys? Letting someone else do all the hard work while you just tag along?
An original thought? Strung together all on your own? Orbesh, our parents will be so proud.
Very well. Guide me, and let us end this indignity quickly. Cease the bickering, trespassers. We're close now. Lyrionway is near. A party full of faces, familiar and new.
I still don't see this singing sister. Should we
An
speak to the
outsider? How novel. Would you care for a dance? I've only had other spirits of Clan Coralania here, and it's no fun dancing with family. Oh, let me guess. You're here for the... Oh, would that I could tell you, newcomer. I died before I made it that far. Now I'm spending eternity with all my family, who thought they could circumvent the curse on this manor too. How well. Adley?
Outsiders. It feels like an eternity since I've seen anyone who wasn't a Coralania. How long? Then our revolution was not for nothing. That fickle Valandir. We gave him every chance to adapt and change his... The dancing wasn't Valandir. I don't know who it might be. My cousin Lyrionway doesn't seem all the way... here.
Oh, are you one of the servants that Siluran hired from the mainland? I didn't think he'd ever win that argument against Valandir. Whatever your opinions on necromancy, there's no denying that skeletal servants are simply more practical. Followed it through the Wailing Gardens, did you? I see. My brothers must have sent you to tease me. Twins are so fickle. But I won't let you ruin my night, whoever you are. A threat to get you to dance with Valandir. Didn't you say you were his guest? I was hoping...
Ah! More sisters?
Come, trespasser. I won't have Lyri see me like this. That thing isn't my sister. It's some artless fabrication containing a fragment of her at best. She seems to think this is some sort of party where she's been asked to sing, like she always wished for, like we always encouraged her to do. I stand by my initial assessment. Lyri never would have conspired with those who opposed me. She was a practicing necromancer herself. Her skill might have matched mine given time. But what I've seen here could only... These fragments of my sister's body and spirit are the byproduct of a necromantic procedure of my own invention. I never got it quite right. Hard enough to believe that she might have betrayed me. Very astute. That is where I left my notes, and several hindrances to those who would go seeking my work.
What's that fog up ahead? Valandir? A little help?
Ha! So the miasma trap performed perfectly. In the event of my death, portions of these chambers would fill with a deadly toxin to zombify any that wandered into its mire. Another layer of defense against... At full power, I might command those zombies to do my bidding. I would have no need for the aid of some ragtag band of trespassers. It would be done in an instant. In this diminished form. You're clever, trespasser. Well worth the gold I've promised you. If only you'd been at my side during the time of our clan's revolution. This manor would still be mine.
The smell down here.
Ready. Mark the way for me, then.
Come on. Doesn't smell any worse than the awful pits back home. Got the stomach of a puny elf.
If I didn't know better, I'd assume you guided me into danger on purpose. Come, let us try again.
You know what? I'll let you go ahead.
To arms!
My flesh crafting tools. Blunted from recent use. How is that possible? Let us keep searching. Very well. Guide me, and let us end this indignity quickly.
Might have to send Valendir on a path around the traps. I think she was gonna say. Go on. Make sure she doesn't have to clean her lunch off her robes.
The miasma clears. Yes, a letter, I think. I thought these shambling wretches looked familiar. My traitorous kin fell right into my trap. I am situated. I defer to your guidance, trespasser. The armor cannot withstand the traps on the floor, trespasser. Again, please. Clear. There. Is that the spirit of Cousin Glezabon? Speak with him.
Who are you? Clearing the miasma like that? All these years I spent wandering after my shambling body, trying to guide it to one of those valves, so my cousin might collect it and restore me as promised. Was it all a lie to keep me out of the way? Valendir? No. Valendir is dead. Contained. This is all he's doing. For all our conspiring, we never knew the measures he planned in the event of his death. A curse trapping the souls of all who betrayed him. Damn him! I made the poison, but we needed another to pass it to his hand. Someone he trusted during the time of revolution. His sister, Lirianwe. Sometimes I hear her singing. She is still here. We traded. Everything went wrong. I can't be sure. Wait. You know about the Soul Cage? You speak with Valendir. Please, if he is not...
Suffer in pieces, cousin.
No! Mercy!
I swore to protect this family, and this is the thanks I get? Traitorous scum. Come, my most resourceful guests. I expected treachery. I knew our extended family planned to forsake our necromantic legacy and bid the three queens for power. But they were no match for my mastery of death. So, they conspired my disposal by way of those closest to me. I've wondered the same thing. Whoever had the foresight for such an implement would need to understand a great deal of necromantic theory. A practice that much of the rest of my family was eager to distance themselves from at that point in time. And she had such a gift for it. But her heart was always with her music, and I never stood in the way of that, or tried to persuade her to give up that passion. Why then? Why would she conspire? Is that an impatience for treasure I hear? Fear not, my obedient friend. The wealth that drew my clan's treacherous descendants for decades will be yours soon enough. Let us go to my chambers, where I met. Return to the manor foyer and head up the stairs. Turn right at the top, and you will find the door to my room. Make haste. I will not entertain this line of questioning for another instant, trespasser. Not until we find proof of my sister's guilt. She was the only one I kill you on. Kill me? To what? Take my place? He wasn't a necromancer. And he never had the gall to kill a skeever.
Leave the books, you little know-it-all. They're not going anywhere.
You're just trying to ruin my fun because you haven't punched any ghosts yet.
My quarters, where I died. Be my hands and eyes, will you? Search the room.
If it gets us one step closer to treasure, fine.
What? Siluron was the mastermind behind this cup. Lyri handed it to me and I took it without thinking. That was Lyri's. She had the cup in one hand and that in the other.
What's she doing here?
I knew we weren't alone.
Siluron! Oh, Siluron, what have you done? Valendir swore to protect us. How could you do this to your own flesh and blood? He passed me the cup to give to Valendir. It was something he always did to resolve their quarrels. I didn't know it was poisoned. When Valendir said it tasted strange, I tried it for myself. Now I'm here. He's here. He's always been here. Trying to restore a mortal form for me. Each time his failure fractures me. There is so little left of me. I don't want to live again without my brothers.
Her aura radiates suffering. Valendir, what can we do to help her? To help you?
To think that I labored under the delusion that a necromancer of skill was behind this treachery. Instead, it was my talentless parasite of a brother, Siluron, harming Lyri, leeching off my soul. Help me stop him. And he wasn't in the gardens. It seems he sends the fragments of Lyri there to keep them out of his way. Placated. But we know he makes occasional visits to the reanimatorium. That much was clear from the start. I'm not certain. If he were practiced in necromancy enough to use thralls, why not command them to dispel the miasma? He must have been using it to his advantage. His journal said something about having no shortage. He practiced necromancy on the bodies of those who became trapped here, preying on kin and treasure hunters alike. But none have come for some time, have they? Until you and your... Wait. Where's Orbesh? She didn't touch the bookshelf, did she?
Orbesh was just here, wasn't she? By the Is it a secret door? Orbesh! Orbesh! Where could she have gone?
Attack!
Victory is cruel. Defeat is worse.
If Orbesh went through that miasma, she'd be dead. She can't be dead. Let's look around. Valandir, start talking or I'm going to take a lesson from my sister
Your
and
tusked
start
friend
throwing
there looks ready to snuff me out like a candle. In this diminished state, I fear she could do so easily. That would not be ideal. The cloth matches the garb of your belligerent companion. She must have been taken this way. That lantern. I've seen one of its make before. My cousin, Ilhidel. It's a relic used by Meridian cultists to ward against necromantic effects. Brought here by our dead cousins. It must be how Siluron survived the miasma. Affix it to that armor. Once I move, stay inside the aura of the lantern. Understood?
I won't be any help in a fight. But if you clear the path for me, I'll be right behind you.
As long as you keep the undead at bay, you should emerge unscathed. Stay close, trespasser. I endeavor to keep you safe.
Go!
We're more than halfway now by my estimation. Keep going.
The day is ours!
Nearly there. Then we'll clear the way for Gauze. Her dedication to her sister is quite touching. We're lucky that valve is still intact.
I'm here. Let's keep going. Orbesh can't be far. There she is! Orbesh!
Valandir! At last! Let us dispose of these trespassers, and we can use their vitality to restore you and Lyri.
Nice try, Siluron. We found your journals. You've mistreated my guests and outstayed your welcome.
As if I wouldn't welcome the chance to leave. You there! Why are you helping Valandir? I have no quarrel with you, stranger. Someone who has survived the Manor's traps this long must know better than to ally with Valandir. This curse, this whole Manor was his doing. What sways you to the side of this treacherous snake? That treasure is not his to give. Valandir had his time at the head of the table, keeping our legacy shackled to his putrescent art of necromancy. But I am the eldest twin. It should be mine. All of this should be mine. I don't give a right fig about the gold. I cared about family, the revolution. The followers of the Three Queens would not abide necromancers. Not Valandir, not Lyri. I killed Valandir so Lyri could bring him back. It was the only path to compromise. No, trespasser. I buried compromise and forgiveness around the turn of the era. I have learned and lost too much to make amends now. I just need a body for Lirianwe. Yours, or those of your companions.
Come then! See what I've learned while siphoning your wretched soul! There you go again! Blaming me for your own shortcomings. You haven't changed a bit!
They sound like me and Orbesh. Let's get over there. We have to save her.
No! I've been trapped here too long to be stopped now!
And I've put up with Orbesh for too long to lose her to some third-rate necromancer. Stop him!
No remorse!
Stay your hand, trespasser!
I'll take that soul cage now, if you please. I told you I would find a more dignified form soon enough. It seems only fitting. Especially since Siluron was using my vitality to keep himself alive all these years. Taking his body is not suitable recompense for all he's done. But it's a start. Trespasser, I didn't even know he was alive until you discovered as much. I assumed my murderer came from the ranks of those following the Three Queens. That they'd have killed him for his association with me. I was wrong to underestimate him. I've got half a mind to siphon his soul and prolong my years. To use him as he used me. And yet, some part of me pities him. I'd hate to copy his ill-laid plans. And I know Lyri wouldn't approve. She's been through enough, I think. I'm not sure. If I can undo Siluron's damage from his unskilled attempts to restore her, and if it's what Lyri herself wants. Let us tend to them, Trespasser. Lirianwe and Orbesh. And then, Treasure. You have my word.
Orbesh! Wake up! Damn you, wake up!
I'm up! What's going on? The brother! Siluron! He grabbed me! But I got some good punches in before everything went dark, I swear. Where are we? What happened? Huh. That's not ideal. Well, thanks for not letting that happen. Gaz is here too? Panic, I can believe. That sounds like Gaz. But saving me? You know, just before I blacked out, it struck me how much Gaz and I sounded like Valendir and Siluron. Of course she did, because she's always copying my ideas. I mean, she may chip my tusks sometimes. But I guess her coming to save me means we don't hate each other as much as those two elves did. That's gotta count for something.
The treasure is through that door, Trespassers. Go. I will follow shortly. Lyri, forgive me. I never suspected Siluron would do what he did. I'll make sure he pays for it.
He deceived us both. I gave you that cup without thinking. I'm so sorry, Valendir.
Stay with me, Lyri. I'll succeed where Siluron failed. I'll bring you back, and we can reclaim our family's name together.
I'm whole again, dearie. All I want is rest. Someday you will too. And then we will see each other again.
Treasure! I can't believe it! I'm rich!
We're rich, Orbesh. You remember how to share, right? I'm glad we saved Orbesh. And we found the treasure, just like she wanted. I really didn't anticipate this haunting going this way. And I'm sure Orbesh didn't either. I suppose we did help Valendir resolve the unfinished business of his murder. But having him come back to life and take over his twin brother's body? That's gotta be a new one, even among seasoned ghost hunters. Seeing what transpired between Valandir and Siluron changed my perspective. They both wanted the same thing, just like me and Orbesh. In the end, their differences and stubbornness tore them apart. I don't want that for her. If she doesn't, she will soon. And then she'll claim she was the first one to think of it. I'm kidding. Mostly. I don't know how she feels. I hope the next haunting I handle isn't quite so intense. And if Orbesh decides to follow me, I can put up with her punch. I suppose now I have to do the right thing and talk to Orbesh. And apologize. It goes against how we were.
Good eye.
There's really no...
Care to bargain?
I'm ready to face anything.
This is the result of your own impatience, Vanessa.
Oh, it just smelled so good. I couldn't wait. I had to have a taste. Oh, I feel awful.
Well, the sickness will pass in time. You'll be fine. Good tidings. Are you also interested in learning to cook like a Tideborn? I'm afraid I must refrain from conducting more lessons until Vanessa's sickness clears. I was demonstrating the recipe for cloistered tide. One takes a giant clam and fills it with milled grains, crab fat, and fish liver, then roasts it over a fire. Once it sizzles like the spray of the sea, it is ready. Vanessa, here, was impatient. If young hatchlings died from sickness for being impatient, the Tideborn would have been wiped out long ago. Vanessa will be fine. Sickness will bubble in her for a day or two, but her appetite will return. At which point, we will try again. Like a savory piece of the sea itself. Imagine the very crash of the waves captured in a single briny bite. A meal easy enough to make that every Tideborn Argonian learns it at a young age. Once mastered, there is never an excuse to go hungry.
Today will be ours!
You do not fear me. Do you know me? No, impossible. So much time has passed. If only I had my memories. At least it would bring my spirit some sense of peace. Nothing. Not even my name. I only remember awakening to a wrenching pain. And it grows stronger near a specific corpse in that tainted Leal village out in the water. It must hold some clue to my past, but I cannot stand the pain, or avoid the others. An undead tribe of Argonians roams the islet. Tainted, controlled by a lich who seeks to claim my spirit. The corpse must hold the answers. Would you help me investigate and recover my memories? Any valuables we find along the way are yours. I will meet you in the Tainted Leal village. I would like to spend a little more time with the tides before I return to the pain. The boat nearby will take you to the islet. Its angler never returned after he saw me, screamed in fear and fled. I have only seen glimpses of it while fleeing to evade its grasp. For as long as I can remember, it has been seeking to claim me. Another mystery that haunts me. I think it deliberately orders the undead to keep me from the village, and I am certain it revels in my pain. Could it know something about my lost memories? It feels good to have someone to talk to. Someone not afraid. The tides can only bring so much comfort. Even if we end... How long must I bear this pain? as I approach this corpse. That dagger belongs to me. I remember now. I cast a ward upon that dagger to protect my body from this undead curse. I am unsure as to why it also fractured my memory, but at least now I remember who I am. I was the village Niswo, a priest of Sithis, the embodiment of chaos and change. That is all I can recall for... I feel it again. The same force that drew me to my corpse. It must be parts of my memory, scattered by the spell. No wonder I was always drawn back to this location. One lies nearby. Another two are in the village. We must. The spell was a ward.
Glory!
Something unpleasant haunts these halls. Tread carefully. I sense a sinister force lurking deeper inside. The Lich is near. My spirit wants to flee, but I will not let you face this alone.
Finally stopped running.
Cool. By the tides. The Lich.
My your soul will be mine. Will never leave. I am eternal. Forever.
The Temple of Sithis. I was wearing that right before I cast my ward when I killed someone. My spirit still feels drawn to other parts of the village. We need to keep looking. chimes once soothed my entire tribe. Examine them, please. I brought a high elf mage here to save our village from some danger. This is painful, but I am finally beginning to understand. We are close. On that shrine, I recall a mistake I made. It destroyed my tribe, the Zaman Talal. That is it. I remember. No. Meet me by my corpse, friend, and you will know everything. You must. I remember everything. My life here. It feels like pieces of my memory are stitching back together. So many emotions and memories. The Corellanians are responsible for what happened here. The Corellanians and me. A storm was bearing down on our islet. A deadly storm. I sought the aid of powerful mages, high elves from the Corellanian clan on Solstice. They were more well-versed in the arcane arts than we were, more capable of casting the protection we needed. I was foolish to think the passage of tides had changed them. They were still the necromancers of old, the necromancers who took much of our land as their own. They demanded my soul in exchange for their help. I agreed, but then fear overtook me. I killed a Corellania mage and fled. My ward was supposed to protect my body, keep it from rising in undeath. But it reacted to their spell and tied my spirit to this islet. My people, they succumbed and now serve the Lich. I invited the Corellanians here because I feared the storm more than them. It is my fault that my people died and now serve the Lich. I need you to tell me what to do. remain bound here to help my people, or move on to the Void to face my punishment. My past decisions caused this. I no longer trust my instincts, so I ask you to choose for me. Should I remain a lingering spirit to try to free my village from this curse? Yes. I must remain, to find a way to lift this curse. It is my duty as my people's Niswal. Place the items by my corpse, and I will bind my spirit to them. With that, my spirit is forever bound to this place. Let us speak one final time, friend. And so, I am bound here. But now, with my memories intact. I will not waste this chance. Fear no longer has a hold on me. I will find a way. No, my friend. That task is mine, and mine alone. And it will take much time. Necromantic curses are complicated spells, not easily thwarted. How strange. To finally have my memories restored, and my purpose renewed. Now the true work of saving my... Not yet. I must learn more about what is happening here. Now that my memories are restored, I recognize the Lich as the Corellanian mage I killed. It was beautiful, Zaman.
Right behind you, partner.
Rigert would like to speak words with you, my friend. Rigert goes where the winds of diplomacy take him, and wherever the Skald King sends him, as long as they...
Out of the way, Rigert. Don't you have a task of your own to accomplish? Leave this to me.
Shore's bones. Rigert knew he should have brought more mead.
Rigert has a mission of his own to accomplish, but he is easily distracted. Best to send him on his way. Now it's good to see you, my friend. The Mages Guild? I expected trouble from the Dominion or the Covenant, but not one of the guilds. I am lucky to have reached Solstice at all, although it did not seem so when I landed in this pool of slaughterfish. So where is Prince Azar? Good. I'll make my way there and find the prince. Rigert and I were dropped into the bog of a hungry... This worm cult encampment makes one thing clear. Matters on Solstice are very serious indeed. We have much work to do. I must assess the situation and send my report back to the Ebonheart Pact as quickly as I can.
Let's hit the trail.
Please take me. Why did he have to choose such a desolate place? Stranger, can you assist me? This cavern contains the skull of one of my ancestors, which serves as a focus for a powerful necrotic spell. With the worm cult nearby, I can't leave the skull here, but I can't simply remove it either. My ancestor Gandalek performed a ritual ages ago that bound spirits to Carapace Cavern. His skull is the focus. If I merely remove it, the spirits will be freed to wreak havoc across the island. I must make this right, but I can't do it alone. I hire you to take this orb to altars inside the cavern. I'll perform a ritual from here to attune it to the area's necrotic energy. Then, you exchange the orb for my ancestor's skull. Let's get started, before the worm cult realizes what's in here. Take the orb into the cavern, visit each altar, and hold out the orb. Then I can attune the altar's concentrated necrotic energy into it. I'll meet you at each altar in astral form, and perform the attunement rite. Here's the first altar.
So be it.
Present the orb. That took more out of me than I expected. But we're done with this one.
It's got it! Come and take it! Brings victory. The day will be ours!
None can evade our undying vengeance.
Nalarota, with your help, I have more time to examine it since I'm not fighting off spirits or storms of fury that hurt. Something in these altars resonates through the arcane matrix when I attune the orb.
No remorse! Sheath your weapons. The battle is won.
Who dares trespass in our cavern?
Now head to the main chamber near the entrance to retrieve my ancestor's skull. Finish this.
You mess with the swordsman, you'll get the point. I'm not afraid of you.
Gandelek's ritual has finally been completed, and the flow of necrotic energy has changed. Well done. I'll add some final adjustments to the orb while you make your way outside. Excellent. The attuned dampening orb works perfectly, and I set up the siphoning process. Over time, the necrotic energy in the cavern should wane. Then the spirits here will eventually move on to their final rest. Now, the skull. Oh, at last! My ancestor, Sea Lord Gandelek, has been a dark stain on my clan's reputation for long enough. Now, after all these years, its ritual has been finished, and soon his crew will know rest. Here, take this. And thanks again for assisting me. I hear an alliance to combat the worm cult is forming in Sunport. After I take Sea Lord Gandelek's skull to my aunt, I may venture there myself. Unless, of course, my clan needs me to do... Yes, as my aunt.
Right behind you, partner.
At last, someone arrives. On behalf of the Nord Cultural Exchange, I request assistance. Greetings! I am Ysmer of the Glorious Expedition for the Nord Cultural Exchange. and the village before you is Shore's Stand. It houses a great community of proud Nords who, frankly, will not listen to a word we say. The Stirk Fellowship tasked us with getting the people of Shore's Stand to ally with us against the Worm Cult. A fine idea, except that Brit the Bold is in charge. She's too inexperienced, and the villagers are too stubborn to listen. It's not her fault. The villagers sent the rest of our envoy away. Brit's too stubborn to leave. She gets that from her brother. She needs help, and I have failed her once already. Will you aid her? The exchange pays well, as does the Fellowship. Brit's in the square. Last I saw, she was doing her best to dazzle the speakers of the village. Her brother Rigert would be proud. I must return to Sunport. Prince Azah of the Stirk Fellowship expects a report on our progress. Or lack thereof.
Let's ride.
Stick your Stirk Fellowship with the Sunsets, Mainlander.
But we can help each other. Rid Solstice of the Worm Cult threat.
We have a bigger problem than the Worm Cult. Help with that, or go away.
I tried gifts. I tried kindest and most flatteringest of words. I even tried logics beyond argumentation. Everything my brother said always works failed. How am I supposed to get through to these Nords? And you agreed? Oh, you're now my most favoritist person. Village speakers disagree with me about worm cult danger. They want to deal with things in their own way. No matter how far Nords go from Skyrim, we keep our cultural bullheadedness alive. Speaker Hialf thinks the village has a bigger problem than the cult. He wants help, so we shall help him. But you talk to Speaker first. I used all my most convincingest words, and the Speaker still rejected me. I must think up new ones. Shore's Stand has 3 halls. Bear Hall,
Where is my daughter?
She went after the beast.
You're with that culture exchange woman, right? Look, even if I wanted to talk the other speakers into listening to you, I can't. There are too many problems facing the village right now to lend our support to strangers from the mainland. You overheard that? Necromancers or whatever threat Brit spoke about are tomorrow's problem. The beast is a threat to Shore's Stand right now. Good warriors nearly died trying to catch it. The village is scared. I can't promise anything. But I'd have one less excuse not to consider it. The beast hides out in the woods, to the east. If you want to go after it, I'd start there. Given how much destruction it's caused, you should pick up its trail quickly. It's strange. So many of the reports disagree on the details. Our villagers can tell you what they saw. Just ask politely. If you decide to hunt the beast, please look for my daughter's...
Meet in Eastern Woods, friend. Beast awaits.
Stop the beast, and I'll consider this alliance you spoke of. Just don't get you...
You're really going to do it? Go after Beast? What could I say that you would believe? The Beast is unlike anything we ever hunted. It moves so slowly and makes no sound. We never even caught sight of it. But the Beast has magic.
I looked everywhere for that blasted magic hat, and it's still missing. Sorry, no trades today. You may not think that a hat is important, but I refuse to A sorcerer gave it to me to help light fires. I am not very good at that. But ever since I got my magic up, people don't try to haggle my prices down. I have fewer run-ins with bandits, always. It was so foolish. I was cooking because nothing else is missing. If some thieves come into my camp while I was cooking, why would they only...
Look! Destruction! You ready to prove our helpfulness? Speaker Hialf was not specific on how he wants... We not kill Beast. I see you not get plan. If Beast dies, we look impressive. If we catch Beast and bring to village alive, we look most impressive, see? Capture is harder than kill. Yes, this good plan. Look! In middle of burning embers! Big glint! See? Oh. That claw is enormous. Beast must have big talons. A survivor! Unless she is the beast.
Wait. I'm not a beast. I'm here, same as you, to catch it. This must be what Father warned me about. Overconfidence, ambition. The beast happened. We expected it to be on the ground, but the attack came from the treetops. Something snapped in the woods, and then there was... No, just shadows from the flames it threw at us. Everyone else ran back to the bear hall. I stayed to hold it off. But I can't fight the beast anymore. Not... My father already knows. Great. He wanted me to join the Hall of Feathers, but I...
Don't worry! My friend here has hunted many beasts, I hope. There! Not forest creature. Other one. That's our beast? It is... small. Just woke up, bigger beast. You can fight, right, friend? I'll go after our beast. Catch up when you can.
Underestimating you was their last mistake.
Good, Beastlet. Stay calm. No exploding us, yes? Friend, take Sparkly Hat. I have suspicions. Animals like me. The trick is patience, a soothing voice, and lots of hand-waving. Bear Hall hunters don't do any of that. They probably scared our poor little beast. It didn't know any better. Silly, I agree. But silly can be dangerous too. Still, Speaker Hialf may have trouble believing us. That's why I'm going to get our Beastlet and Hat cleaned up. No one will accuse us of lying when they see both. Look at Hat! It sparkles! Besides, did you hear Merchant outside village? One with Lost Magicap? I think we found Lost Magicap. Now, off you go.
This is remarkable. Oh, it's sweet. Acidic. And that buzzing sensation? Ooh, what is that?
That would be the sea urchin venom dancing on your tongue. Care for some more?
Why not? I can be a little adventurous from time to time.
Tides guide you, traveler. Would you care for a drink? Fanasa and I were just enjoying the results of today's lesson in Tideborn cooking. I taught her how to make a delicious cup of sea sting tea. I am a renowned chef among the Tideborn people. I offer cuisine lessons to curious outsiders. Fanasa here has been a wonderful student. Never before have I met a non-Argonian so willing to try our delicacies, no matter the toxins, spices, or spines.
I would have laughed if you had suggested muddling torchbug thoraxes with sea urchin venom, but after tasting it, I must admit it's surprisingly refreshing. A sweet, if a tad tongue-numbing, beverage. Well, I am a lover of fine and exotic cuisine. And what's more exotic than the culinary delicacies of the Tideborn people? Perhaps Daedra, but I don't think I'm ready to try that just yet. The culture of the Tideborn Argonians is unique to Solstice, as is the food they prepare. Oh, you can get mundane versions of it in Sunport, but if you want to experience the authentic taste of Tideborn cuisine, you must venture out of the city. A culture lays itself bare on the dining table, and there isn't a better way to learn about people who prepare it. I've tried High Elf, Nord, and Orc cuisine. This is my chance to experience the Tideborn culture, one bite at a time.
Let's hit the trail.
What? Sorry, no trade today. A sorcerer gave it. It was so, because nothing else.
I don't care what you were doing. What if you died out there?
I am
My
not
daughter
a
returned
coward.
from the beast hunt, which is a weight off my shoulders. But where's... how? You aren't injured. You aren't horrifically burned to a crisp. Are you really stronger than the best warriors of the Bear House? Well, what sort of creature was it? What beast can an emissary of the Fellowship hunt down that we cannot? A sloth in an enchanted hat. I'll need to see that to believe it. But...
My Magicap! I thought it was lost forever.
Here you go. Proof of your fearsomest beast. Now, I would like word with friend.
A sloth.
Hat returned and beast secured. How did you fare with Speaker Hialf? He ready to join Sturk Fellowship now? Good progress. Hall of Feathers is where Speaker Frogirda lives. She was mad before, but maybe she calmed down while we hunted Little Beast. I'll meet you there. My feet...
I saw you talk to that strange woman, Britt the Bold. If you're here to get me to hand over my village to a group of outsiders who don't respect our culture... Everyone who comes here looking to take advantage of our might thinks they're more sophisticated than we are. You've been here long enough to join a hunt, but you haven't picked up a book or asked about our traditions. It's not about books, it's our culture. That Sturk Fellowship wants to use our warriors without really knowing anything about us. For me, to agree to join your cause, you must prove that you're willing. Telling you would defeat the purpose. Look around. Examine our books.
Deep Crag Kwama mine had some trouble recently. I always wondered why they call it a mine. They just harvest eggs.
Adore books.
I'm here, friend. Tell me what you know. You met with Speaker Frogirda? I don't see any spit on you. What did she say? Won't respect. But this is Nord cultural exchange. Respect is what we do. List of 4 Nord names is too complicated. And brawling wouldn't be most convincing. This recipe looks good. Nothing's... Look at ingredients. Words make no sense. Wait. It's puzzle. Well, I saw farm outside village. It could have spuds. And try lake in west for swimmer's scales. But Buzzer's treasure. Oh! Visit local mead maker for honey. Find those and meet behind them.
The gods must have blessed that fancy smucked newcomer. I just watched her stick both boots in her mouth while talking. Oh, I have 1 jar left, but I have plans for it. Tell you what. Is it really that bad? Don't keep me in suspense here. Are my meads all right? How were they? You acted strangely after some of them. No matter. Which one did you like best? So, the clover wasn't too strong of a flavor then. I'll keep that in mind. Here, I promised you the last jar of honey if you tasted the meads, and you did.
Let's hit the trail.
Yeah.
I got my troubles and you got yours. What do you say to sharing them? Enlightening, like a potato. I can see where your trouble stems from. It's the wrong season. I have some dried potatoes. They won't be as good as fresh, mind you, but they'll...
Are you hurt?
That's quite the stink. Think you can follow the scent on the ground? Think you can follow the scent on the ground? Think you can follow the scent on the ground? Phew, that smells stronger than I remember. I take it this means you found what drew those coral crabs to my farm? Well, now we know that the crabs can't resist whatever's in this batch. I won't be buying it again from Olaf, that's for certain. I'm a man of my word.
Right behind you, partner.
Hawk's bones, it's lovely outdoors. With the beast gone, I can just enjoy the breeze instead of looking over my shoulder. Swimmer's scales. You don't eat the scales unless you like a little crunch. No, your recipe probably means the flesh. Fishing's great here, if you have the right bait. Our lake's stocked with... Good thing there's a lot of crabs around here. Hope you're not squeamish like me. My brother keeps crab meat in our home, so I don't have to kill anything. But it's mine. You can't have any.
That's the last of them. That was easy. Let's ride. For glory! Let's ride.
Not bad for cook spot, no? That was adventure and a half. I went all over Shore's stand, even peeked into Wolf Hall. Learned not to talk to Speaker Sogrard yet. He's very shouty. Perfect! I'll set everything out and then we can get started. Chefs say it's important to be organized when cooking. Otherwise, you might confuse radishes with eggs. Oh, I am excellent cook. Hardly burn anything. Brother Rigert loves my rabbit meatballs too. Don't worry so much. Let's get this feast started. What's that smell? Our feast food? Oh, can't serve that. Yes, that's it. I knew you could cook. That will burn before cooking's done. Throw it out. That looks right. That smell will make mouth drool. I know good Nord cooking smells. Yes, look how stew thickens. That smells scrumptious. That smells scrumptious. Yes, look how stew thickens.
Potatoes? Out of season? Oh, I want a second bowl.
I'm not too late.
Stew
Let the
proves
feast
nothing.
of friendship commence.
Wait. Where did you find this
Together,
recipe?
Stu. Your food served and your feast started. But was it enough? Come, speak to me. I hope you know that the stew was lumpy and not a feast of friendship like Brittabold said. It's usually served as part of a harvest celebration. And yet, together stew is made from whatever's close at hand. We come together as a village to make it hearty and delicious. So, I suppose it is about friendship. Your ambassador may not be as daft as she appears. She actually taught me something. It wasn't elegant, but what about Nord's ever is? Your feast was earnest and displayed willingness. I don't believe you'll treat our warriors as fodder. The Hall of Feathers will support your fellowship. And I have a gift for you. A book. You haven't talked to Sogrard yet, correct? I know what he'll ask of you, and this book will help. Before you ask, I won't tell you what his challenge will be. I won't cheat. But since you found inspiration from a book before, perhaps you can again.
See, Frogeda? I told you this ambassador was different.
It's the wrong season for a harvest feast, but...
You
their
think
effort
some
is
soup will sway me or my wolves? We know who we are. We know what we want. And we know that this fellowship is not for us. Do you know who makes decisions for them? For their allies? We are the proud Nords of Shore Stand. We will act in our own best interests. Us. Not some fellowship. Not the regent in Sunport. And certainly not kings and queens from across the sea. As a matter of fact, I don't. But you managed to convince the other speakers of your intentions, and I've had a good while to study Brit the Bold. You can't jump in to help her deliver it. And to make things more interesting, she must incorporate our village's founding story into the speech. If she does all these things, then yes. Because I think she can't do it. You convinced the other speakers with your actions, hers and yours. This she must do on her own. It requires a quick mind. That's what...
Speaker Sograd talked to you without being mean and unsettling. I knew you were lucky. What did Speaker Sograd want? Did he change his mind about endorsing fellowship? That is ridiculous. When have political allies ever overruled each other? We'll have to prove him wrong. What does he want? Oh no! A speech? Not some grand display of helpfulness? Speaking's not my family's strongest, most skill. And the founding story? How will we get that? All right, here's plan. I give speech like Speaker Sograd wants. But you need to help when my memory fails. If you gesture to the things I forget in the speech, I can add them and no one will know. Is good plan, yes? You ready? Take all time you need. Speeches are most difficult. Even now, I struggle to think of bestest words. Skald King Euron makes it look so easy.
Doesn't anybody want to hear my funny story?
Take all time you... Speaker Sograd, you think Sturk Fellowship will not listen, but I listened. I know this village was founded by Nords looking for better lives. Nords with vision. Nords who saw this island in... A sword!
Where did you learn our story?
Can't expect a fool to get it right.
A bowl!
She's just confused.
What village is she talking about?
A barrel!
That doesn't sound
This
right.
is supposed to be our ally.
A bow!
She jokes.
Wrong.
A tankard! Their ocean journey was most rough and full of big whales. But when ship crashed, they didn't drown. They tied themselves to... A barrel! Yes! On barrels, they floated ashore. Solstice was dark and scary. But did your ancestors run? No. They dreamed of the Fox Shore. They dreamed of... cheese!
Ridiculous.
Can't expect a fool to get it right.
Bread!
Is she drunk?
This is supposed to be our ally.
A bowl!
You're joking, right?
What village is she talking about?
A sack!
Wrong.
That's not how it goes.
A sword!
Can't expect a fool to get it right.
A bow! Of course! Bows kill darkness and bring sun back to sky. You are visionariers, barrel lashers, hunters of darkness. You with your ceremonial mead and the food you eat for your forenords. Cheese! Yes, you are cheese eaters too. Your traditions live as long as your village. No one can take that away. You fear your voice will be silent? You fear orders? You are Shore's Stand Nords. You will not let those things happen.
That's right.
Not bad. Right, Sograd?
This island is your home. Defend it with friends. Defend it in fellowship.
I will have to think on this.
Can you think in tavern? My throat's dry and wants to drink. One moment, friend. I have ideas. Don't tell speakers, but I have the most cunningest of plans. Remember, we start a tavern brawl and bring village even closer together. Speaker Sograd was close to agreeing, but pride blocks progress. So, he wants to agree, but with time he will talk self out of it. We won't give him time. Like I said, most cunningest of plans. I go start brawl. Is this how you welcome outsiders? Show me good time, brawl!
How's this?
Have fun, friend!
No maiming or serious injuries.
Ah, yes. A time-honored shore stand tradition. Off the rafters. Make sure to land on someone.
To arms!
Don't forget to pick up your teeth.
We sat out too long. Let's join the fun.
my decision outside.
No more for me. I yield.
Have fun hitting someone else. I'm done.
Speaker Sogrart left? Come, friend. Let's see if plan worked.
What excellent fighting.
There you are. Speaker Sogrart.
As I said, I needed some time to think and some fresh air. Brit is as bold as her name, using that brawl to distract me. But still, I must admit that she rose to the occasion and surprised me with that speech. Your ambassador reminded me that our people have always been our own. We will not be swayed or ordered about by anyone. We speakers will go to Sunport and send for our warriors when they are most needed. To offer advice, we know how to use our village's warriors best. If the Fellowship has any issues with that, then they'll need our assistance more than we thought. But this island is our home. We should defend it from every threat.
Sounds like your talk went well. We have much... Oh, that was incredible! Every bit of it. From beast hunt to feast making. A speech that did not go most disastrously. And a brawl. Others in cultural exchange will be jealous when they hear. And Rigard will be so hard work, just starting for speakers. But for us, I can happily say we are done. Thanks to us, short...
All right. Who's ready to chase the worm cult from our shores?
That's the spirit! The worm cultists don't stand a chance!
Take care. We shouldn't underestimate this loss. Healer!
Aid me, Lady Meridia. Help me find what I seek. Ah! Lady, protect me! Oh, you didn't attack. Sorry. The jungle is so dangerous. When I agreed to help my high priest enter the nearby temple, it didn't seem so risky. Now here I am, all alone. Broken Light Temple, a place of Meridia worship. It mysteriously collapsed centuries ago. No one's entered since. High Priest Ermine plans to get inside, find a font of power, and restore its former glory. But legends say the place is dangerous. A monstrous sentinel patrols the grounds, slaying any who enter, and it has ghosts of old priests, and other stuff I can't handle. Someone brave should go help Ermine restore the temple. Someone like you! I promise you'll provide a reward. Find Ermine out.
Right behind you, partner. Divines were in a good mood when they made this place.
Aid me, Lady Meridia. Help me find...
Nothing here. I need to get inside. Traveler, just as my strength wavers, the Light Queen sends you to me. A clear sign that I must persist. I lead an order of devotees to Meridia. Have you seen the ruins of Broken Light Temple on the hill? Our mission is its glorious restoration. Doria's sense of character never fails. You appear quite capable of guiding me through the dangers ahead. Our goal is to find a font of Meridia's power that's locked away inside. That's how I'll restore the temple's former glory. I believe this power can cleanse any dark threats in the temple and imbue it with Meridia's blessing once more. Then we rebuild. Are you ready to begin this sacred task? We must create a way across the bridge to the entrance. That's why I brought a translocation rod. It can repair the gap, but it needs power from a Lucent shard. Look in rubble piles around here. I believe Meridia shall provide. no luck for me. How's your search? Ah, did you find one? A Lucent shard from Broken Light Temple will power the translocation rod while in this area. It should look like a glowing crystal. A bit of tinkering. Here we are. It already feels much more powerful. I think we can clear a path now. Since Meridia chose you to help, come up the stairs. Use the rod to capture this rubble here. Success! Now point the rod here to release the stones. Bless the light! You've got it! Now we can cross. Let's get inside.
Much to do, so little time.
I'm in here, Traveler. You must see this. Incredible. The Great Hall of Broken Light Temple. The glyph on these massive doors. I recognize it. Our goal is through here. I call on Her Lady's brilliance to shine upon... but I'm devoted to Meridia. That should have worked. Look for anything that explains these doors. Followers of Meridia cleanse her enemies by force sometimes. Does that parchment offer answers? Show me, please. The cynosure. That's how the old parchments describe the font of power. It's a focus of Meridia's attention. If jealousy led to the collapse, then purification of the Order is just. The purified are walking embodiments of Meridia's will. Yes, a ritual of light in the two wings of the temple. The Dawn Wing to the east, and Purity Wing to the west. It doesn't describe what the ritual involves. I have faith in my devotion to Meridia. We'll figure it out. I could see from the outside that the Western Purity Wing collapsed long ago. It looked overgrown with plants. The Eastern Dawn Wing appeared intact, though. Maybe we'll see more of the old architecture there. So, what do you think? Purity or Dawn? Collapsed and overgrown it is. I really hope none of the more savage wildlife made a home inside. I'd like this to go smoothly. Either way, I'll meet you inside the Western Wing. Let's look for that ritual site. The rod can create paths if we need it, just like outside. I'll search for anything that can help our task. Oh, stay clear of Purified. They will likely be hostile.
Oblivion, take you!
The day is ours!
Oh, new people. And you still have your minds. Oh, very good.
Incredible. He's a Purified who can still speak. But how?
Yes, I can tell you many things. Come, talk. I was alone for so long, many years. Now you and I speak together. A good thing. I am Temerian. Or was. Perhaps will be again. You explore my home, this great temple. Why did you come here? Ah, yes, Lady Meridia's gift. Such power it holds. It creates the Sentinels, did you know? I was to receive its blessing. A deceiver ripped that from me. If You access the Cynosure, yes. You could cleanse the temple, remake it. Very true. Carisia. She proclaimed lies of love for me and Meridia, all to gain the Cynosure's power. To become the Blessed Sentinel. When I realized, I fought back, but I failed. The temple fell and my lady punished me with this wretched half-blessing. Oh, yes, I see that now. Wise words, newcomer. Meridia foresaw the collapse. She made me like this to aid you in the here and now. A ritual unlocks the Cynosure doors. Your high priest can do it. This path leads to the ritual site. I'll meet you there. Head north, mostly intact. Easiest route to the ritual site.
The old High Priest still lives, and he wants to help us? Very strange. Continue on. I want to explore more of this amazing temple. For a High Priest of Meridia, Telmarian doesn't seem particularly faithful. If his eyes glow with Meridia's flawless light, that's the sign that Meridia's will has taken over a mortal follower. Usually their old selves cease to exist. Telmarian's... For a believer, a half-finished state like that would be agony. Burning inside... Why would someone... His eyes glow... For a believer...
Come closer. Behind the tunnel gate. Go west. I see how your rod works. Very impressive.
Good. That's one gap fixed. We'll need more rubble for this next one.
Courage brings victory. Haste our steel! Oblivion, take you!
the path, then go on. The ritual site is close.
Go on ahead. I'll join you in a moment. This room is so beautiful.
You see me? Behind the bars. I helped you. You can trust me. Let's talk. Your High Priest can do her ritual here. Unlock the Cynosure doors. Simple. I helped, so listen. I want to join you. Be part of restoring the temple. You want to open the Cynosure. Let me inside. It can make me whole. Meridia will see my devotion. I will become a sentinel like I deserve. We can...
You found the ritual site. We can begin.
Consider my offer. We can rebuild the temple. Just let me into the Cynosure.
So Marion may have helped us find the ritual site, but that doesn't mean we should trust him. Put that aside for the moment. I recognize this ritual. Stop by supplicating on the tile I direct you to. Then I will begin the chant and tell you where to go. When I mention a cardinal direction, you'll need to walk to the appropriate tile. That's it. You're a believer? I knew it! Isn't it wonderful? You can feel Meridia's presence, though not as strong as it should be. But put aside your fears about your faith. I'll be the conduit through which her blessed energies flow. Just follow my chant. The tiles represent an allegory for the sun, Meridia's brightest... Now, listen to my cues. My lady's brilliance starts in the east, and we carry it north. We then carry it south. And finally, as the sun does, so do we carry the light west. Meridia, we did it. And look, it opened a portal. Now we can explore the Dawnwing to the east. The ritual worked. Half of the ward is down. Compared to the west side, the Dawnwing looked completely intact from the outside. That doesn't mean it's in perfect shape, though. I do hope we get to see some of the old architecture. I'll head inside the eastern... I figured that might be his goal. After what he told us earlier, I suspected he'd try to access the Cynosure. We go to the eastern Dawnwing and hope for the best. I'm worried that the Sentinel mentioned in the old records had... I know so little about this wing. I don't sense any magic on that crystal. Purely decorative. A priest's lockbox of personal belongings. I can learn about worship practices from long ago. That amulet calls to me. What is it? Ah!
Mortals who walk these hallowed halls, please hear me out. Connection. My mind has linked to the body of this priest. It feels miraculous. I am Caricia, former priest of Meridia, now the blessed sentinel of this temple. You and this mortal I speak through. Explain yourselves. Why are you here? High Priest. Her strong faith must fuel the connection through my old amulet. Through her, I can speak in a way I cannot in my own body. And you want the Cynosure. My fortune continues. That power is the only way to free me. That man sees the Sentinel as a gift. I know now that it binds mortals in eternal service to Meridia. This gift only creates suffering. It needs to be destroyed. We can help each other. Go east. Our interests align, mortal. I will return in the Northern Hall.
I heard what she said. Go ahead, while I take a moment to recover. Such a feeling of intrusion. I could hear the words, feel my mouth move, but was powerless to resist. I heard. Her words sounded desperate. If the Cynosure binds people into service to Meridia, how could that be bad? I would feel... job clearing the way. I think we're close. Attack! Keep searching for the ritual site. I'll catch up.
That's it. Are you hurt?
Wait, friend. I feel Coryssia taking control again.
Halt! You approach the ritual site. Here, you will unlock one of the Sinoshore's doors. I must warn you, I am inside. As the you misunderstand. I pray for my defeat. You must perform the unlocking. That worm blames me for a choice that belonged to Meridia alone. She saw his arrogant self. What I do here is necessary. I regret her suffering. Prepare yourself for battle!
That's it! Enough. Just make it stop. She's in there? Defending the ritual site, I guess. When my mission to Broken Light Temple, I always thought... By the light! Sentinel Coryssia, I'll shield you from her wrath.
This shell will
Get in
fall.
my shield, quickly!
You must hurry, before I reform!
I'm glad we prevailed over Sentinel Coryssia. She possessed immense power and had such little control over it. Seeing her makes me question the purpose. For the most part, you stand on the center top. This looks like an alley. Excellent. Now follow along. The constellation of Our Lady rises in the west. We draw a line to the eastern star. Then to the north, the link is made to the south. That did it. One successfully completed ritual.
You opened the door! Good! What I deserve.
Telmerian, stop! We need to discuss this! Light blind him. Burn his eyes. I knew we couldn't trust that. He would become the sentinel we fought earlier, but stronger. That part? What is he doing in there? Hurry, let's get in. Telmerian, no! We need to get over there and stop him! Telmerian, stop this! You don't understand!
I understand everything. I will gain what I am owed. Meridia, give me your strength!
He channeled all of the power into himself.
It's too late! Meridia blesses me as her new sentinel!
You must destroy him. I'll protect you like last time.
Can't you see? Now I am the light!
Destroy the Sinosure. It's too powerful. Use the rod to remove the orbs from the pillars. Look, the Sentinels appeared in front of the statue.
This sacrifice protects many others. Temerian, it's time to go. After centuries, I am finally free.
You did it. Let's leave here. We'll talk in the Great Hall. Friend, over here. I can't believe it. I found the Cynosure at the heart of Broken Light Temple, and I destroyed it. Wait until... The stories lied. That font of power protected the temple by binding priests into servitude. I saw how it twisted people and destroyed their love. I don't want to perpetuate that. I don't understand why Meridia... You go on your way with a good story and some coin. I gather the rest of my faithful and see what I can do to put Meridia's light to good use. Oh, and I take my rod back. Despite the outcome, I need to gather my acolytes and some...
Something new to learn.
This is fascinating. Fascinating. Oh, good! You made it to Solstice! Look at this place. I know it's in ruins now, but once this was a magnificent courtyard with a grand temple beyond, consecrated to the Daedric Prince of Varanor? A traitor? When I sensed power here, calling to the staff of Vanus Galarian that I carry, she told me about this old temple. I got so caught up admiring the site that I haven't found anything yet. But what of the Alliance representatives? That's something, at least. This place reminds me of a dear friend, Darian Gautier, who served Meridia. I still can't believe he's gone. Perhaps Meridia has a message for me, or the staff. There. While I hold my spell of searching, you examine anything that glows. An old tome. A lucky find. Age is not kind to paper. That idol confirms this was indeed a temple of Meridia. A temple bell. Nearly pristine considering the age of this place. The items you uncovered are tied to the power that drew me here. I can sense a powerful blessing of Meridia sleeping in that bell. Meridia was a powerful ally when we fought Molag Bal in Cold Harbor to end the plane meld. I think I was drawn here to remind me she could help us against the Worm Cult again. Maybe Vanus reached out through the staff to guide me. I can't quite tell. Maybe, but I'm not sure how. The bell is rather heavy. Besides, the tome you found suggested opening doors, not blasting evil. I'll need to think about this. Thank you for your help here. I'll see you back. I never suspected a thing. Farinor had us all fooled.
Well, it looks like 2 of the Alliance representatives have finally arrived. It's good to see 2 waylaid guild members return safely to the fold, though I must remember to treat them as agents of the alliances they represent here on in. As for those injured by Farinor's treachery, they have recovered, including me. Mage Farinor missed her chance to eliminate me and the representatives, but she cost us time. While we tended to our wounds and recovered the scattered representatives, the Worm Cult was free to act. Mermal believes they survived the portal mishap and are on Solstice, somewhere. We must trust they will turn up soon. In the meantime, we must celebrate what victories we can, and make ready for the next stage of our operation. All in good time, comrade. First, your efforts to bring together the Alliance representatives helped us overcome Farinor's sabotage. We survived the Worm Cult's first blow. Next, we shall deal them one of our own. Please, accept this with my thanks. We're still one Alliance. Indeed. I hate badgering Regent Corinway, but the Fellowship is already at work. I sent our forces